Good morning, Elisa.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm okay.
Um, Tell me what brings you here.
Well, my trainer sent me here because I have a competition coming up in about 2 months, and he thinks that if I lose 10 pounds before the competition, that I will have a better chance of winning.
Okay, you said in 2 months,
Yeah.
and how much you have to, how much you said again you need to lose?
10 pounds.
10 pounds. Would you mind if I take some notes?
Sounds fun.
What are your thoughts or feelings about what he told you?
Well, and I haven't seen anything wrong with my diet in the past. I've been pretty content with it, and it just, I don't know, it seems weird to have to lose 10 pounds in 2 months just to increase my chance of doing better.
So, why you say it feels weird?
Because I've gotten used to the diet that I'm on,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't see anything wrong with it. But I do listen to my trainer, and he's coached me for a few years now. So, I mean, I guess what he has to say is important.
Mm-hmm. So you think your diet right now it's okay?
Yeah, I do.
How is your energy level during your normal day?
A normal day when I have ice skating practice.
Yes.
When I have
Do you
ice
feel
skating
you have
practice.
energy?
Not enough. I often feel rushed for time when I have practice because he only gives us a short break. We'll go for about 2 hours, and then there's about a 15-minute break in between then,
Mm-hmm.
and that's not really enough to have a heavy meal. So I usually just go to the vending machine that they have at the rink and get something quick, and then we're back on the rink.
So how many hours of practice?
About
per day?
2.
2 hours.
Yeah.
And-
Sometimes more, depending on how close it is to the upcoming
Mhm.
competition.
So this would be 2 hours per day of training.
Mm-hmm.
Do you do anything like this on weekends too? Training on
Um,
weekends?
I try to save my weekends for studying
Mhm.
because I also go
So-
to class.
These 2 hours would be during the week. How many days per week? In a week?
It's usually about 3 or 4 times a week.
Okay. You said you respect your coach's opinion.
I do.
And how long have you been training with him?
Well, I'm 22 now,
Mm-hmm.
and I have been skating since I was 18,
Mhm.
so about 4 years. And we started off together. I haven't switched trainers. He's given me really good advice in the past, and he's worked with me, so I do respect him,
Mhm.
and I would like to make him proud. You know, I'll consider what he has to say.
Mhm. And the competition's in 2 months.
Yes.
And the goal you have for yourself is 10 pounds, like your coach suggested.
Right.
Okay. Tell me, what is your typical day? What time you wake up? When you have breakfast, and things you usually eat in every meal or snack you have during the day, starting with what time you wake up.
Okay. I wake up around 9 o'clock, and I have class at 10, and I usually take a lot longer to get ready in the morning than I should. I'm not a very good morning person, so I often skip breakfast, and then I go to class for a few hours during the day, sometimes I remember to pack my lunch,
Mhm.
other times I don't, but I'll buy something on campus and then,
Okay, when you pack lunch, what do you usually take?
I'll usually make a sandwich,
Sandwich.
and pack some fruit.
Mhm. Anything to drink?
I carry a water bottle around with me, so I drink a lot of water.
When you don't pack, don't have time, you said, and you have to buy lunch,
Mhm.
what usually you buy?
Something quick
Mhm.
from the food court, sometimes fast food, like a chicken sandwich or burger, but that's 'cause it's right there.
Mhm. Anything with the sandwich?
Yeah, usually french fries.
French fry. Drink?
Water.
Water. Very good. Okay. And in the afternoon?
Afternoon, I'll usually have some type of snack or like a bar, a little meal replacement bar. I usually eat about half of that.
Meal replacement or a bar? And
Mhm.
what time more or less?
Probably around 3, 4.
Mhm. And in the afternoon, besides, you have classes or you have
I do have
practice? Okay,
well,
class.
class earlier in the day and then practice afterwards.
So practice in the late afternoon.
Late afternoon, early evening, kind of around dinner time.
After you come out of practice, what you eat?
Driving to the rink, I will usually grab something on the go.
Usually,
Mhm.
what is?
I'll see if I can get a sub sandwich, so that's a little bit healthier than the fast food, and that usually fills me up for a little while. And I
Mhm.
typically try to eat when I'm hungry.
And after that, do you still have lunch, dinner?
No, I usually go with the sub sandwich since it's kind of that late afternoon, early evening time slot, and then when we take a break from practice, I'll grab a quick snack because there's not enough time to eat
Mhm.
during that break, and then we'll pick back up.
Do you ever cook any meals for yourself?
I do, yeah, I do. I live with 2 roommates, so we often have dinner together and cook at home.
How often you guys cook dinner in a week?
Our schedules are a little different, but probably 3 to 4 times a week.
3 to 4 times. And usually when you cook, what kind of food?
We pick a meat, chicken or some type of meat, and then we'll pick a grain side to go with it, whether it's rice or quinoa
Mhm.
or noodles, and then a vegetable to go with that.
Okay. Anything like dessert, drinks?
I usually like to get dessert after practice. I
After
would go to,
practice, okay.
yeah.
So you said after practice you usually have a sandwich, and then you would have a dessert. And when you have the time with your roommates, you cook dinner.
Mhm.
The days you don't eat the sandwich, you cook
Mhm.
dinner. Okay. Do you eat anything or drink anything after dinner?
Yeah, I usually get a milkshake after practice.
After dinner.
Oh, after dinner?
Yeah.
Sometimes. Not, I get a sweet tooth at night,
Mhm.
so I'll go for the sweets.
How do you feel about making some changes in your food intake?
Kind of on the fence. I I know that I could improve in some areas. I'm just with the time crunch, I'm not sure how to make that easier for myself and lose that weight at the same time.
Looking at your typical day of what you eat for breakfast, you skip breakfast most of the time, looks like, so about dinner, lunch, and all the snacks in between. It looks like it's possible to make a few changes without a feeling of deprivation or without going hungry, because you need energy for your practice and for your living, going to class and all that. So how would you think about having breakfast a few times per week?
I know breakfast is really important, and I don't usually get that hungry in the morning, but I do think that it would be possible to try to throw a little something in.
Perhaps you think you could do 3 times per week to start, or every day you could go for every day of the week?
I would probably try 3 times a week.
3 times a week you could have
Grabbing
breakfast.
something little before I run out the door.
Yes. And how confident you are that you could have breakfast 3 times per week between, let's see, 1 and 5?
5 being
Very confident.
very confident. I'm at 4.
Before?
Yeah.
Good. Another thing is, do you think you would have time to pack your lunch? Or you think it's more important to just eat breakfast and go to lunch?
Well, if I manage to grab breakfast in the morning, and I'm not really a morning person, I suppose I could try to make a lunch the night before and then have it ready to go in the morning, so that way when I grab breakfast I wouldn't have to scramble about making lunch. It would already be made and I could grab it and go.
Sounds like a good plan to pack the night before. This
Think
way
about that before.
you'd have more time in the morning to eat a little breakfast and have a nice rounded lunch to take with you. And do you have any time in the morning for a little snack, or you prefer not to have any snacks in the morning?
No, I probably have a little time to eat something in the morning instead of running out the door.
And in the afternoon, when you, after the practice and you're skating, do you think you could make any change there?
After practice?
Yes. For dinner, or what you get for a snack?
I guess I could try to cut back on the milkshakes, because I don't really have to stop for the milkshake, but I do pass it on the way home, so it sounds good at the
But
time.
if you're hungry, what could you do when you pass by the milkshake or before lunch?
I could keep driving, just not stop and pull over, and that way I'd be able to eat something at home.
Okay, how confident you are that you can do that?
Probably about a 3.
A 3?
Yeah.
Okay, so good try there. Let's see. Yes, looking here, what else we could make a few changes. Okay, before our next visit, we could then try a few of these goals we are setting up today, and reviewing what we talked about. It would be first, the first goal we would try for next time would be the breakfast. And you said you are confident that you could do that. And also for the lunch, you mentioned that you could pack the night before. And what would be your goal? Again, if you could help us
Lose the weight would be
achieve
cut
that
back
goal.
on the milkshakes. at
Cut
night.
back on the milkshake. And if you get hungry, what do you think you could do during the day?
During the day. Well, I guess I could try to pick a healthier snack from the vending machine rather than something sugary or salty. Maybe go for crackers, peanut butter and crackers, or
Okay.
wheat things.
So we already have a few things we could try. And another thing I would like for you to do to help you keep these goals, it would be a food journal. If you could, for 2 days, one being one weekday and one weekend day, if you could write down for me, for us to talk about next time you come, what you eat in one day, the times, and drink too, and bring for our next visit one whole weekday and one weekend day. You think you could do that?
Yeah, I could try that.
Okay, this way we could talk and go over how these goals we set today could help you, how they are working for you in the next few days until you come again. Okay? How about we meet in about 2 weeks?
Okay.
All right. And I think we accomplished a few things that you could try in the next few days for 2 weeks and see how that works.
Okay.
And then in 2 weeks we meet again and go over and discuss the food journal too.
Okay. Sounds
Okay?
good.
All right. Thank you so
All right.
much for coming.
Thank you. Appreciate it.